The city of Pokrovsk in Ukraine's Donetsk Oblast has become a key battleground in the ongoing conflict between Ukrainian and Russian forces. Due to its strategic position as a logistical and transport hub for Ukraine, control of the city is considered crucial for both sides. Russia has targeted Pokrovsk as the gateway to Donetsk, which, if captured, would provide them with greater access to the major Ukrainian cities of Donetsk, such as Kramatorsk and Sloviansk. In recent weeks, Ukrainian forces have reversed their maneuver. Instead of simply holding the line, they have launched counter-operations around Pokrovsk's front lines. The fighting in Pokrovsk is no longer limited to artillery clashes and open fronts. It has progressed to street fighting, infiltration, and attempts to control city districts. Ukraine has acknowledged that as many as 200 Russian troops have infiltrated Pokrovsk and are fighting inside the city. However, Kiev insists they are not surrounded and still have supply lines. The fighting was very dynamic. Russian use of armored vehicles increased in the Pokrovsk sector, and between 20 and 25 October alone, there were 41 enemy armored attacks in this area. Artillery, guided bombs, airstrikes, and drones have become an integral part of the conflict. Data shows dozens of airstrikes, hundreds of drones, and thousands of artillery fire directed at the region. If Ukraine is able to defend Pokrovsk, or even put up effective resistance, then Russia's logistical routes to major cities in Donetsk could be disrupted. This would slow down the pace of Russia's offensive in the region. On the other hand, if the Russians take full control of Pokrovsk, then they gain a significant foothold to continue their offensive southwest and north towards Ukraine's major cities. Street fighting shows the changing character of the conflict. Cities that were once logistics and transportation routes have now become arenas for intense, high-level fighting, with the risk of infrastructure damage and large civilian casualties. The battle at Pokrovsk is currently at a critical point. Despite Ukraine's announcement of a counteroffensive and efforts to clear infiltrating forces, the situation remains extremely difficult due to Russia's immense pressure both in terms of personnel, combat vehicles, and the use of infiltration and urban warfare tactics. The street-based fighting in the city demonstrates the brutality and complexity of the ongoing conflict. Nevertheless, the outcome of the battle for Pokrovsk will have far-reaching implications not only for the Donetsk region, but potentially for the overall course of the conflict in eastern Ukraine. Ukraine must maintain its logistical lines and positions, while Russia aims to seize the city as a strategic springboard. Despite Russian claims of total control, Ukrainian forces from the 425th Assault Regiment infiltrated Pokrovsk under cover of darkness, cleared the municipal building, and raised the national flag in the city center, proving the battle for the strategic town is far from over. Here, despite Russian claims of total control over Pokrovsk, the Ukrainian command proved them wrong by clearing half of the town. Ukrainian troops entered the center by conducting a dangerous raid and counterattacked the enemy, indicating the battle is far from over. Soldiers of the 425th Separate Assault Regiment Scala have carried out one of the most daring and symbolic missions in the battle for Pokrovsk. Conducted under the cover of darkness, the operation unfolded in several stages, with small assault teams moving deep into the city, using fast buggies and drones with thermal cameras for reconnaissance. The soldiers infiltrated through the shattered streets and ruins, maneuvering through Russian-controlled sectors before reaching the city center. After intense close-quarters combat, they cleared the municipal building of Russian troops and hoisted the Ukrainian flag above it, signaling to everyone that Pokrovsk remains contested and that Ukraine remains able to combat the Russian forces throughout the urban environment. According to Ukraine's general staff, this was part of a broader reinforcement effort aimed at stabilizing the Pokrovsk-Mirnohrad front and protecting the vital logistics routes connecting the two towns. This success demonstrates that Russians are far from surrounding or taking complete control of Pokrovsk, as the majority of it remains a gray zone, with Ukrainian and Russian positions scattered across the ruins and separated only by streets or even individual houses. In one neighborhood, Ukrainian units appear cut off and surrounded, while in another, Russian troops are the ones encircled. A chaotic situation typical for modern urban warfare, where heavy bomber drones drop supplies on friendly units and bombs on the enemy. The interpositional zones are practically deserted, patrolled only by strike and recon UAVs, with both sides avoiding unnecessary movement to escape detection and FPV drone attacks. Helmet camera footage from Ukrainian soldiers shows the brutal reality of this combat. Room-by-room clearing of buildings, short bursts of gunfire to shoot down enemy drones, and ambushes against Russian infantry in half-collapsed stairwell. The soldiers operate under constant aerial surveillance, with reconnaissance drones providing live feedback and FPV drones delivering precise strikes. This footage is vital in countering the disinformation spread by the Russians claiming full control over Pokrovsk. While Russian troops are indeed present in parts of the city and have brought in substantial reinforcements, their hold is far weaker than they would like to portray. In reality, Russian forces control portions of the southern and central sectors, but their grip is unstable. Ukrainian troops continue to push back, re-entering contested areas, liberating and fortifying strongpoints, and proving that Russian dominance in Pokrovsk is not absolute. The return of the Ukrainian flag to the city center serves not only as a morale boost, but as irrefutable evidence that the city is still fiercely contested. Despite these deep clearing raids, the Ukrainian objective has not changed from holding Russian forces below the railway line that cuts through Pokrovsk and to deny them access to the northern part of the town. The railway line is tactically significant because it offers open visual space, enabling easier surveillance and drone observation of Russian movements compared to series of destroyed houses close together. Its clear zones reduce the risk of surprise infiltration and allow Ukrainian posts and drone operators to monitor every approach route. By keeping the Russians south of the tracks, Ukrainian forces protect the northern logistics corridor toward Mirnohrad, their most important task at the moment.